Hello everyone. In this video I will be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Moeed Pirzada to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let us go through the key developments and insights in Moeed Pirzada's words. On this Wednesday in America, the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump, is about to take an unprecedented action, one neither he nor any United States president before him has taken, and arguably no such act has occurred globally. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the Cabinet Room, Donald Trump is scheduled to host a lunch meeting with the visiting Chief of Army Staff of Pakistan, General Asim Munir. Before that, at 12 o'clock he will attend the inauguration ceremony of the new United States Ambassador to France, and after that he will have lunch with General Munir. Previously, if any Pakistani general, be it Field Marshal Ayub Khan, General Zia or General Musharraf, met with the United States President, it was only after they had become head of state. Never has a sitting United States President invited an acting Chief of Army Staff from another country to a private lunch like this. That alone signifies the extraordinary importance of this meeting. Of course, this is a mark of respect for General Asim Munir, but also a rare and significant development in the United States system and foreign policy. Especially when, in the past 24 hours, President Trump has publicly stated that Iran must fully surrender, otherwise he knows the exact location of Ayatollah Khamenei. While he has not threatened to assassinate him, as had been rumoured earlier, including reports that Israel had a window of opportunity last Friday, Trump has explicitly said he knows where Khamenei is hiding. This suggests that if Iran does not surrender to United States and Israeli demands, the United States may join Israel in war. During the recent Group of Seven summit, United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer confirmed that British forces had been ordered to move toward the Middle East. British naval fleets are on the move, tanks and ships are being deployed. In fact, an Indian newspaper reported that an F-35 fighter jet from a British aircraft carrier was in distress and had to be rescued by the Indian Air Force. This is the backdrop in which President Trump is meeting General Asim Munir for lunch at 1 o'clock. In the last 24 hours, I have worn a tie and held numerous meetings, because often such developments are not visible on television or through reading alone. I met with think tank experts, congressional aides, political aides, journalists, former State Department officials, and even some current officers. I have been attending coffee meetings across Washington to grasp the true sense and direction of current events. Before I share the full picture with you, including whether the Iran-Israel conflict will remain limited to airstrikes or lead to a full-scale ground invasion, I would request that, if you have not yet, subscribe to this channel, click the bell icon, turn on all notifications, open YouTube, and join my WhatsApp channel for direct contact. The link is always in the description and pinned tweet. Now let us focus on the Trump-Asim Munir meeting. During protests last week outside the Pakistani embassy, some sources confidently informed me that President Trump was planning to meet General Munir. Later, others claimed the meeting was cancelled and would instead be held with Marco Rubio, who, besides being Secretary of State, also holds additional charge as National Security Advisor, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, and General Michael Kurilla, Central Command Commander. But now, even Indian newspapers are confirming the Trump-Munir meeting. A Pakistani Twitter account has posted the full meeting schedule, which I have also retweeted. I can show it to you on screen. Interestingly, while Indian media had been publishing stories for over 100 days about General Munir's expected visit to Washington, Pakistani media remained silent. No one knew where General Munir was, America, Canada, elsewhere, but now it is confirmed. Dawn newspaper, through Anwar Iqbal from Washington, has finally published a story about the unexpected meeting. Indian newspapers also noticed how Trump has, over time, focused exclusively on Pakistani leadership, calling them tough and strong leaders, clearly referring to General Asim Munir, not Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. Trump repeatedly claimed he would solve the Kashmir issue and believed Pakistan's military strength gave him leverage. Connecting the dots, it is clear that Trump needs Pakistan badly right now. But why? Let us recall when Trump met Imran Khan in 2019, he treated him warmly. Many Pakistanis believed a genuine chemistry had formed, but United States sources told me Trump only needed Imran's help to manage the Afghanistan withdrawal, which Pakistan's administration greatly facilitated. America never even thanked Pakistan. Even during the Somalia operation, where Pakistani forces rescued American troops, Hollywood films erased Pakistan's role entirely, showing them only as passive bystanders. Similarly, when Narendra Modi visited Washington, I think earlier this year, Trump treated him with immense respect, pulling chairs for him, speaking affectionately, because he needed a trade deal with India. Likewise, when the King of Jordan visited over Gaza issues, Trump needed his help to absorb 2 million Gazans, so again, he showered him with respect. Whenever Trump needs someone, he becomes flexible and flattering. Right now, he urgently needs General Asim Munir. Why? Because this Iran war between Israel and Iran did not start spontaneously on June the 13th with Israeli airstrikes. United States and Israeli sources, media, and alternative podcasts all confirm this war was long in the making. Israel and the United States were coordinating via intelligence, drone strikes, Mossad, and more. According to New York Times reports, President Trump's cabinet was briefed in advance about this operation. Central Command Commander General Michael Kurilla has been continuously briefing Trump and his cabinet on potential attacks on Iran's nuclear sites, possible airstrikes, and even a ground invasion. He has also praised Pakistan, calling it a fabulous partner in military cooperation, which, sadly, Pakistanis take too literally and feel proud about, often without context. All of this shows the Iran war is not a knee-jerk reaction by Israel forcing Trump's hand. It has been strategically planned. And now Trump is turning to Pakistan because he believes General Asim Munir and the Pakistani military establishment can play a strategic role, whether for regional logistics, intelligence support, or managing fallout in Afghanistan or Central Asia. When Imam Khamenei received the letter, it was just a drama. It was a diversion tactic, creating an impression that the Trump administration was very serious about negotiations with Iran. I have been continuously covering the way the negotiations progressed. Initially, one of America's demands was that Iran could enrich uranium, but later that point quietly disappeared. There has been no real seriousness from the American side. When we examine this, a detailed and lengthy article, about 2,500 to 3,000 words, was published in the New York Times within the past 24 hours, authored by 3 or 4 correspondents. The title was How Trump Shifted on Iran Under Israeli Pressure. This article tries to establish the perception that Donald Trump was very serious and sincere about negotiating with Iran, but was under heavy pressure from Israel. Israel played its cards skillfully, and Iran did not cooperate. Imam Khamenei, according to the article, became an obstacle, due to which Trump imposed a 60-day ultimatum and claimed day 61 had passed. But this was a lie. Only about 58 or 59 days had passed since the 60-day countdown was to start on April the 15th. So when Israel attacked Iran, it was only day 59. If a real deadline existed, then what significance remained for the Sunday meeting scheduled between Abbas Araghchi and the Israeli foreign minister, or between Iran's team and Ali Shamkhani? What importance remained for meetings involving Steve Witkoff and others? From other American analysts, it is clear that from the start, the plan between Trump and Israel was to attack Iran. The entire narrative about Iran building a bomb and posing a grave threat to Israel is just an excuse. A very compelling and attractive excuse, one that resonates globally. It's far more convincing than the excuse used in 2002 and 2003 to attack Iraq, that Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction. The claim that Iran has a nuclear program, is not cooperating, and is enriching uranium is a more effective justification. If the 2003 excuse was enough to fool the world and justify war, it is likely that such an excuse could work now too. The difference is that back then, perhaps people did not raise their voices as much. Now, however, America's secondary media, think tanks, Congress members, and many opinion makers are pushing back. Congress has even introduced a resolution on this matter, which I will mention later. Now, what is the real goal here? It is not about the bomb. That is just a side issue. The real goal is to create circumstances that bring down the regime of the Islamic Republic of Iran. I use the word regime because that is the term often used, but the intention is to overthrow Iran's government, incite insurgency, create chaos, and ultimately replace it with a pro-American, pro-Western, pro-Israel government. The former Shah of Iran's son, Reza Pahlavi III, who lives in the tri-state area, has been issuing regular statements. In his latest message, he called on Iranians to rise up from north to south, east to west, claiming that Imam Khamenei is in hiding and has fled, and that the regime is about to collapse. He said, an interim government will soon be formed. Now, in such an interim setup, one wonders whether, God forbid, Pakistan might be needed in some capacity. This is speculation, as nothing is confirmed yet. While Reza Pahlavi addresses the Iranian people, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is also continually addressing them. On June the 14th, during a speech marking the United States military's 250th anniversary, he spoke about the Iranian people wanting freedom from their government. On various American television programs, Netanyahu has repeated that they want to fight for the Iranian people. The Israeli Defense Forces have issued messages too. Just 24 hours ago, they told residents of Tehran's District 18 to evacuate. This suggests a broader plan. The hope from Israel and the United States is that the Iranian people will rise against their government. At the same time, United States media reports suggest that these Israeli attacks have actually boosted the popularity of the Iranian government. The people are angry, rallying around their government and want to fight back, believing they are victims of great injustice. There is no doubt Iran has conducted missile strikes. In the past 24 hours, reports indicate that Iranian missiles targeted Mossad's external intelligence headquarters. Iran may have had 2,000 to 3,000 missiles, but it has already used hundreds. It is unclear how many ballistic missiles remain. On the other side, the United States and Israel are reportedly facing shortages of interceptors. However, they can probably acquire more from elsewhere. Iran, on the other hand, stands alone. No one is helping Iran. To give a broader view, a very analytical piece was published in the New York Times, analyzing Russia's position. Iran helped Russia significantly during the Ukraine war, not only providing more advanced drones than Russia's own, but also building drone factories for them. In January 2025, Iran and Russia even signed a defense cooperation agreement. Yet, despite this, over the past few years, Iran has continuously requested advanced fighter jets and defense systems from Russia, but has not received them. The Times analysis cites several reasons: Russia's own supply chain issues due to the Ukraine war, pressure from Arab states like the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia not to arm Iran excessively, and President Putin's desire to maintain goodwill with Donald Trump. Thus, Russia has remained mostly silent. Even joint statements with Turkey have been vague. The same is largely true for China. While their ambassador and Foreign Minister Wang Yi made some statements, there has been silence from China since then. If the Iranian government collapses and Israel and the United States install a government of their choosing, as they did in Syria, then Russia and China's influence in the Middle East will be wiped out. This would not just weaken their regional presence, but deal a significant blow to their global standing. Right now they seem to have no counter-strategy, likely because the United States and Israel have played their game so cunningly, using negotiations as a pretext, that they have had little time to respond. Now coming to Pakistan. Many are noting that General Asim Munir has been summoned, and Pakistan might have a role regarding Iran. People speculate that the Pakistan Air Force might be conducting surveillance or allowing Baluchistan's airspace to be used. These ideas are circulating. But think about it. The American president is meeting an army general, not the head of state, for the first time, and has been consistently praising him over the past month. This suggests that the United States president wants something significant from Pakistan's army chief. You might recall a few weeks or months ago when Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman said they would invest $350 to $400 billion in America. Trump responded that such a small investment was not acceptable. He wanted at least $1 trillion. Eventually, he secured that investment. Similarly, from Pakistan, they do not just want reconnaissance or intelligence, they want something major. What that might be is unclear. Some speculate that if things spiral out of control, especially in the next 24 hours, which are critical, and the aerial bombardments evolve into an insurgency or ground invasion, or the Iranian regime collapses, then peacekeeping forces will be needed. When Saddam Hussein's regime fell, there was a similar expectation in the United States that Pakistani or other Muslim troops might be stationed in Iraq. But at that time, Pakistan's military command firmly refused. Today, there may again be similar expectations. While unclear, they certainly exist. Right now, nothing else is more important in Washington. Previously, immigration was the big issue. Now, it is all about Iran. Every office in Washington is consumed with the Iran issue. Can this be stopped? There is a lot of resistance. This move is very unpopular. In Congress, voices are speaking up. In the media, like Tucker Carlson and Steve Bannon, there is significant noise. On Twitter, Congressman Thomas Massie, along with Ro Khanna and with Bernie Sanders' support, introduced a resolution within the past 24 hours stating that the United States president cannot go to war with Iran without congressional approval. They are invoking the War Powers Act. About 27 lawmakers have co-sponsored this bill so far. However, none of Thomas Massie's bills have ever become law. Moreover, the powerful pro-Israel AI-packed lobby likely will not let this bill succeed. That wraps up our translation of Moeed Pirzada's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Do not forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.